Any Democrats in the House? All right. Well, my name is Wayne Goodwin. I'm our State Insurance Commissioner. It is great to be back here in Tarboro, being here with you in Edgecote County, and it's a delight to be also here with my colleagues, June Atkinson, whom you heard a moment ago from. She's our Superintendent of Public Instruction. And under her leadership, we've had our graduation rates go from 68% to 86%. So let's hear it for June Atkinson.
Yay!
And then coming up, I think, right after me is our esteemed Dean of the Delegation Council of State, Elaine Marshall, our Secretary of State. Let's hear it for Elaine Marshall. All right, I've only got a couple of minutes here with you because I want to hear what Elaine has to say and get to meet more of our good Democrats here. Being your insurance commissioner, there's a lot I can share with you, but I want to tell you this. There has never been a Republican in this office, and there never will be. Right?
All right, yeah!
I'm the 10th Commissioner of Insurance since 1899. The 10th Commissioner, they've all been Democrats, and have all been fighting for folks like us. The big difference between having a Democrat in this office and having one of those Republicans in the office is that as Insurance Commissioner, a Democrat is fighting for the people. And on my watch, as our Insurance Commissioner, fighting for you, I've ordered insurance companies to send money back. They've refunded money, rebated money. They've had to cut their rates. I've ordered them to do that and saved us $2.5 billion. Now also, when people say, why does it matter who our Insurance Commissioner is? Well, it matters because I see a lot of vehicles in my sight line. And if you want to know about car insurance, on my watch, as your insurance commissioner fighting for you, we have the lowest average car insurance premiums, not just in the South, but in the entire country here in North Carolina. And also, people say, why does it matter you have a commissioner of insurance? Well, it matters you have a commissioner of insurance because just this past month, the Court of Appeals, our judges, a bipartisan Court of Appeals ruled that I made a decision that saves our homeowners in the state $600 million. All right. That's a lot of money. That's important. That's why it matters who our Commissioner of Insurance is. Now let me tell you something else about this office, because again, I've only got a couple of minutes. I'm not able to tell you everything about what this office can do and how I'm fighting for you. But when people say, well, why does it matter if we vote for the Democrat versus the Republican? I've already given you some statistics there. But here's the ones I want you to also remember. The other fellow running this race, the Republican running this race, is a former insurance company executive. Do you want to have an insurance company executive determining how much your insurance costs are? No! I can't hear you.
No!
The fellow who's running this race, in fact, this is his 5th time running for insurance commissioner. He is also a former paid insurance lobbyist. Do we want an insurance company lobbyist regulating insurance companies in North Carolina? I can't hear you. Now, it is so important that we remember those things. And let me tell you, I mentioned a moment ago, this is his 5th time running for this office. 5th time. And the only way I can figure out why he would be so much interested in this office is that the insurance industry is desperate to have one of their own in charge of this office. And in the states where they have an insurance commissioner that is tied to the insurance industry, rates are higher, consumer protections are lower, and we all get the shaft. And we don't want the shaft, do we?
No!
My name is Wayne Goodwin. I've saved you $2.5 billion. I'm fighting the insurance companies day in and day out. My team investigates insurance fraud, and we protected senior citizens along with Elaine Marshall and her team. We've been able to go after these bad guys who've been scamming our senior citizens, and we got the lowest car insurance rates in the country. I don't know about you, but that's a strong enough reason, if not the very reason, we need to keep a Democrat in this office. I'm Wayne Goodwin, your Commissioner of Insurance, and God bless you, Tarboro. You want me to introduce our next special guest?
Yes!
Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for the best Secretary of State in the entire United States of America, our one, our only, our friend, your friend, always our friend, Elaine Marshall.
Good afternoon, Edgecote County. How's everyone?
All right!
Good. I like following Wayne because if you're hard of hearing, you already got your hearing aid already tuned up. So it's good. It's delightful to be with you you today. I say I'm in Sheriff Knight's house, so I'm glad to be here with one of the finest sheriffs North Carolina's got. And we work side by side with him at the Secretary of State's office and other sheriffs across this state every week, every year. Let me tell you a little bit about the Secretary of State's office and myself. I am a practicing lawyer. I've been your Secretary of State for a while now. I was first elected 20 years ago. Hard to believe. I was just in high school then. And I had that race against Richard Petty. Anybody remembers that one? People all around this state rolled up their sleeves and said, "We believe in you. You're qualified for the job." And he's got name recognition, but it comes from something different than public service. Now, if that sounds like what's going on at the federal level, I think there are some parallels. Let's all work very, very hard to get the qualified candidate who's got everything right going for her with regard to education, temperament, experience, rather than somebody who's really a huckster from the circus and gotten his notoriety somewhere else. So let's all work very hard to elect Hillary, the first woman president, because you all helped elect me, the first woman to executive branch office here in North Carolina. So thank you for allowing me to serve. The Secretary of State's office is business support. If things go like averages do, and they tend to work that way, yesterday we probably incorporated 365 business corporations, limited liability companies, or nonprofits. That's the rate at which we do our work. We are registering for banks and other lenders thousands of lien papers that lawyers and business people use every day of the week to make good business decisions. That's what your Secretary of State's office does. We help people start business, and then we help others make good decisions by providing valuable information on our databases. And what's important to you is how we've embraced technology, because people in Edgecombe County are on the same level playing field with their business information as somebody who's in Wake County sitting in the shadow of the office. Technology makes that happen. So we've got a level playing field in North Carolina, and you can access our databases for the wonderful price of zero, free, and as long as there's breath in my body, you as the citizens are going to have access to all this stuff that's in our databases for the grand total of nothing. Just your time to go look and search for what you want. Now, part of my job is also just like Wayne's. I have law enforcement. I am so pleased with my staff. We are into protecting seniors and others from scam artists. You know, Bernie Madoff is our famous, newest North Carolina resident. But we got plenty of mini Madoffs running on around here who would like to separate from our seniors in particular their hard-earned retirement money and their nest egg. And that's part of my job. And with Wayne and Attorney General Cooper, we do a lot of programs around the state on that. In fact, we're doing one Wednesday or Thursday in Wilmington, trying to tell people what they need to know to hold on to their good hard money. But I'm so proud of my agency because just 2 weeks ago, the International Financial Crime Investigator Group gave an award to us for breaking a case. Unfortunately, $75 million was scammed. It was outside of Charlotte. 91 people. It was a very complex, elaborate scam. 91 people were charged. Some of them did not go to jail because they were not as heavily involved, but they had some other penalties to pay. And we ended up with the top dog getting 30 years in prison for scamming people out of their hard-earned savings. This award was for cooperation that was between law enforcement agencies. It was the Internal Revenue Service, the FBI, your North Carolina Secretary of State's office, and the Real Estate Board. It was about land and houses and that kind of stuff, which is why the real estate people were in on it. Now, I took on banks before that was even cool in 2008, because earlier we caught the banks in a conflict of interest and had over $2 billion returned to North Carolina investors back in their accounts. I'm very proud of that work that we've done. We also work to prosecute folks who are putting counterfeit goods out there in the community, things that are harmful, either electric products that are shoddy-made knockoffs, probably coming from China, but they're not the only bad actor in all this. And now we're seeing things that are problems for people's health, damaging to their health. We found counterfeit perfume, which makes people break out all over their skin, and some people go, they smell it and take it into their lungs, which is just horrible. We're also seeing counterfeit contact lenses that young ladies mostly are buying at nail salons and flea markets and places like that, and they're getting eye infections, and I have an optometrist who is following 2 seriously injured young women in Fayetteville. She thinks one of them is going to have permanent eye damage from these kinds of things. So that's what we're doing. We're out there to protect you. These are health and safety issues, and besides, they're brought here by organized crime. They're the kind of things that support gangs, and none of us want to support gang violence, support Al-Qaeda, terrorists of all sorts. So those are the kind of things that keep me busy every day. I've received awards in all those years. I've just finished my term as National President of the Secretary of State's Association. I'm very proud of my colleagues for doing that. And but I'm more proud to serve the citizens of North Carolina. You've honored me by your vote, and a wonderful vote out of Edgecombe County, time and time again. I'm here asking for you to do that again. You need to know my name, because voting the straight ticket is not going to do it this time, because there is no straight ticket. I'm Elaine Marshall. I hope I've told you enough about my law enforcement. You just need to think the marshal's coming to town, and I'm it. The marshal's coming, and I'm it. So thank you all. Elaine Marshall for Secretary of State. Thanks.